Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Noise and welcome back to Infinity Skyblock Expert Mode. Yeah, so in the last episode, we were working on trying to get the nuclear reactor set up, and we finished our crossbow and went to the end. I need to gather some more rubber, so I might as well do that while I'm talking. But yeah, we went to the end, we killed the dragon with our shiny new crossbow, and it is very shiny because we used a lot of platinum for it, which makes the bolts fall pretty quickly, but at the same time, they do enough power that it's not that big of a deal. So, today, we are going to finally build our nuclear reactor. And oh, I ran out of power. Did this run out of power? It did. That's why. I don't have more food. You know what? Let's just throw some of this in here, and we'll get a little bit more. And yeah, hopefully that'll have enough rubber. So yeah, we are going to be doing some work. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Can I make? I can make another stack of chili, so let's do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw this stuff in here, get another get another stack of soybeans going, and there's the chili, and we combine that with the chili peppers and we get the extreme chili. So this is what I've been using for power, and honestly I'm gonna use a bit of it still for this guy, just because it makes the most sense. It'll let us get hopefully enough rubber so that we can upgrade all our machines, so in a moment when we finally make the nuclear reactor and set that all up, it doesn't cause any problems. So one of the first things I want to do, I don't think I can just move these, nope, let's get our electric wrench because I want to put the nuclear reactor like there. Now there is always the chance that it's going to blow up. However, if we're careful and smart about what we're doing, it won't. Evidently this you just pick up. Nope. Cool. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Can we... You know what? I don't even need your iron dust. If we ever need the lathing tool again, then I will deal with it, but that's annoying. I tried right-clicking. I think I had to take the thing out before it would work. So that's kind of dumb. Oh well. Anyways, let's go ahead, and as you can see, I have a lot of stuff ready. We'll use that basic machine casing. And I'm going to put this stuff in here. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff, and hopefully it's all that we need. I hate ICTs sometimes. So we need to make a bunch of coils. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make 40 heat sinks, and that's going to require 40 electric motors. So that's the first thing that we're going to work towards. And then we're going to go from there and try to make all the components and get this nuclear reactor set up. We do need to improve a couple things, but there's a stack of coils. And... oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. There's a stack plus a little, which will give us our 40. Now we need some iron. We need a decent amount of iron. Luckily I have a couple stacks. I'm using a lot of our resources, but that's okay. Once we get this nuclear reactor up and running, we'll be able to hopefully make some more. So the nuclear reactor is going to give us a lot of power. So the other thing that we're going to want eventually is some energy, some transfer nodes energy. These things, which require a QED, which we'll get to, and then eventually we're going to want these hyper energy transfer nodes, which require the MOX nuclear fuel to get the bedrockium. That is going to be the trick. we need the bedrockium. In order to get that, we need nuclear fuel. In order to get that, we need a nuclear reactor running to get plutonium. It's kind of the process. So let's see. Let's actually grab one more. Let's grab another crafting bench, and we're gonna go over there to craft a lot of the stuff. So let's take the rest of this stuff, and let's see, we have some iron item casing and all that kind of stuff. And if we need anything else, we'll come back for it. But I think I'm gonna put the nuclear reactor like right in here, and we'll run some cable over here. You know, we can easily move this guy right here. The only thing it's doing is letting us shift right click that to get the armor quickly. But we have all the rubber. Let's see, we need the solid canning machine. Let's take those out and put those in. And we're gonna get 27 fuel rods. Now these don't stack, do they? I don't believe they do. But anyways, let's go ahead and put this crafting bench right here. We'll see what happens. I don't think these stack. Hey, they do. Cool. So up here we're gonna make the heat vents. We need iron plates. So we need to make the electric motor. We need a whole bunch of 10 item casings, which is 10 plates rolled. We're gonna need 80 of those. So we need 40 10 plates. Let's do something like so. And in here, rolling. So go ahead and get that. We need 40 iron, and that'll make the electric motor. So down here, let's go ahead and start making the quad fuel rods. So we're gonna need 7 of these for our recipe, which means a bunch of iron plates and 7 in each corner. We need iron and copper plates. Luckily, I've made a bunch, so hopefully we have enough. If not, we can make more pretty easily. So we need 21, 3, and 14. Cool. So as soon as we get the rest of these canned, we'll get that. And as soon as we get all of this stuff, we'll have that. This seems to have enough power, so that's good. I've been making more and more sand, gravel, all that kind of fun stuff, just to get glass. Glass is something that I could use a lot of. We can pulverize the rest of that, and we're going to cook up the rest. So let's see, what else are we going to need? We are going to need, let's see, we're going to need some reactor platings. We're going to need 6 of these. I have my list off to the right, so if you hear me get quiet for a moment, I do apologize. I'm just looking at my little schematic. But we need 6 advanced alloys, which is 3 recipes of this. So we need 10 bronze and iron. So we have the 9 bronze, 9 iron, 9 tin. And we'll make the mixed metal ingots and compress that and all that fun stuff. So I believe it's iron on top, bronze, then tin. So there's the mixed metal ingots. Easy enough. And then we can go ahead and get this. I believe it's in the compressor. Yes. We'll get those. So let's see, how are we doing? We have a bunch of fuel rods. And there's another 7. We have a whole bunch of 10 item casings. Not nearly enough yet, but we'll get there. So while we're waiting on all that, there's something kind of off topic that I want to talk about. So I was looking in this mod pack and kind of seeing where to go from here. Once we get the nuclear reactor set up, hopefully we'll be decent for power. Obviously power is always going to be an issue, and getting more systems set up, getting more sifting set up, all that fun stuff is going to be necessary. So a big part of what we're going to want to work towards is bees. So here soon we're going to have to do bees, and I think I'm going to do bees a little bit like the agricraft stuff, and I think we're going to do a mixture of both, because I would love to get fields full of redstone set up at some point. So we're going to do a mixture of both. Now, one last thing that we're really going to want here soon is an ender chest. In order to bring ender pearls back from the end easily, ender chest is the way to go. However, this is kind of expensive. Requires an ender tank frame, which requires a resin machine frame and a bunch of ender eyes. And yeah, so this is going to be one of the next things we're going to want to do. And with that, we're actually going to need 2 of those, by the way. But with that, we're going to want to upgrade our lasers. And honestly, I'm probably going to put those down below and have a nice large area of lasers. We're going to need a lot of redstone for that. Diamonds and obsidian aren't as bad. We have a stack of obsidian down there. I just bit my lip. Oh, that donkey is not smart. I don't know why the animals keep getting out. I think it has something to do with when I quit. If they are like glitching into the fence, they will glitch completely through on the way out. But yeah, so in the next couple of episodes, once we get all of this set up, we're going to be waiting around for a while. So I think that's going to be a good time to start looking at more Britannia and some of the more magic stuff while we wait for more tech stuff to be finished. But here is our fuel. So 1, 2, 3, and we have 7 quad fuel rods. That is step 1. Let's grab an extra chest just for the fun of it, and we're gonna put all the nuclear stuff in it because we're not gonna want to do anything with that quite like right away, just because it's gonna be bad if we do. All of our machines are gonna blow up because they don't have transformers. Our bat box is gonna be completely and utterly worthless because it doesn't have a transformer. So we're gonna put it right here for right now. But there is the 7 quad fuel rods. We should have the advanced alloys. We need lead plates for this. I have 6 right here. And we just combine those and get some reactor plating. By the way, the design I'm using, I mentioned this before, I'm sure, but this is not original design. I got it off of, I got it online, just kind of looking around for stuff. But anyway, so we have quad fuel rods, reactor plating. We need these component heat exchangers, which this we can do while we're waiting. So we need some copper, some tin, and electric circuit. I think I can handle that. So we're going to need a little bit of redstone, not too much. There's the 6 of the things. We're going to need a little bit of redstone. And another thing that we're going to want to look into relatively soon is the molecular thing to make sanarium. That's going to be super important very soon. So let's go ahead and get the electric circuit. We're going to need some tin plates. How many of those are we going to need? There's just 3. And then we're going to need some gold plates as well. So we can make the component heat exchanger. I think it's like this. And it's just surrounded like that. And we get the component heat exchanger. So that is an important point to this. So now we just have to wait for the rest of the electric motors, which we should be able to make. And there are 40 electric motors for the 40 heat vents. Now I need more iron bars. Yeah, that's nowhere near enough. I wonder if there's an easier way to get iron bars. Let's look at the recipes. Chisel, nope, there isn't. Just gonna take a bunch of iron. And that should be more than enough. Or too short. Well, that's butts. Exactly too short. We have to make one more set. And now we need a bunch of iron. I don't think we have enough iron, to be honest, but we're gonna probably use most, if not all of it. 40, 80, Yeah, we're gonna need more. So, does this allow us to make all of those heat vents? Wait, how do you make them? I've already forgotten. Oh, it's iron plates. Ew, we might have the iron plates. We might need more iron plates. Let's get another stack. This should be making plates? Yes. Cool. We're gonna want to sleep here in a moment. And we'll add one to that, and there is half of them. So let's go ahead and go sleep. That stack of iron plates should be more than enough. And yeah, we'll start looking into a couple other things while we're waiting. So the transformer upgrades, we're gonna need a bunch of those. They're pretty easy to make. Let's see, and then we have the MFE, which we're gonna want. We're probably gonna want the MFSU, but to upgrade that at this point is just a little bit expensive for me, material-wise. So we're not gonna worry about it too much. So let's get 20. I'm trying to think. So I believe we need 2 upgrades in each of the machines except for the thermal centrifuge. I believe let's look IC2. Actually, I think I need to look industrial. Actually, let's look up EU, because that'll limit it up a little bit more. So let's see. Where is it? The MFE outputs 512. Extractor, macerator, compressor, canning machine, all have max of 32. They would need 2 upgrades to get to that level, I do believe. But the where is it? The thermal centrifuge only needs 1. So we need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. We need 11. We have 1, so we are going to need to use all 10 of these. I know we're losing the one thing, but oh well. So we need these. These don't stack. And then to make these into the transformers, we need circuits. We need a lot of circuits, which means more iron plates. So let's just get more iron plates going. And I'll come back to this in a moment. Great. So we're gonna need 10 circuits. So let's put this down here, this down here. 10 circuits means 60 copper cables. Yuck. So we're gonna need more rubber. We'll go get that in a moment, but we're also gonna need more copper wires. So we need to extrude some more copper. I'll get a stack extruding. Which that'll be more than enough. So we'll do that. Actually, let's just do half a stack, and we'll go ahead and make the rest into plates. Just because. So we should have this part, and there's that. 37, 1, 2, 3. So there is the 40 heat vents. Unfortunately, those do not stack, and I don't believe the components that we're going to be making stack either. So fun times. We're going to need, which ones do we need the most of? Overclocked heat vents. We need 28 of these, which require wow, that's a lot of copper. So we're going to need more copper. Like a lot more copper. Okay, maybe we don't have enough stuff to do this yet. But what we can do is we can go ahead and set up the reactor chamber. Evidently we have to put the nuclear reactor down first. And there's the nuclear reactor. Now we can open this up and it has inventory. We can start placing some of the stuff in here. but at the same time, no real need to. And now we can place these guys all around it. And you'll see there's a nice large area for all of the components. And then we'll just run a cable off of this. We'll have to move all this stuff. And we'll have the power supply there and powering everything over here. So what we can do is we can start placing everything but the uranium. So the design I have has reactor plating there, all the way in this corner, right here, 2 down, yep, 2 over, and the last one is there. So that's where the reactor platings go. This guy is very important. He goes right here. So it should be 4, yes. Alright, so now we just have to make all of these guys and we'll be good. So we need 28 of these. So that's going to be a lot more copper than we have right now. And yeah, let's just take all of our copper. Get another stack going. And let's see, 7. We'll do like half a stack more and see where we're at that point. But while we wait for all of that, let's also, how much iron do we have? Let's get another partial stack of iron going. So the other ones are the component heat vents. These require tin plates and more iron bars. Great. I don't think we need these item casings, do we? No. And we're going to need some gold plates. We're going to need 28 times... Oh my god, we need a lot more gold plates as well. So I was not nearly as prepared as I thought I was. And that should be more than enough. I don't know that gold plates are super useful otherwise, so I don't want to do like all of them, but let's get our 28. And yeah, we're probably not going to have enough copper. Just being honest here, because we need 2856. Yeah, we need over 2 stacks worth, and we don't quite have that, so we'll see. But anyways, we have more copper here. We only need 60 of the things, so let's throw that in there. Here's the 7 for that, and yeah, a lot of resources to get this going, but once we do, it's gonna be worth it. So let's grab, I guess we'll use this tree tap for a second, and then we'll grab another one. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's another tree tap. Yeah, once we have a decent amount of power going, I'm gonna throw this in here for right now. Then we don't have to worry too much about upkeep. The only thing that's ever going to need replacing is the uranium. That is the nice thing. This is a high cost to get started, but once it's up and running, we don't have to do anything. It's low maintenance afterwards. So yeah, there's a bad side, but there's also a good side. We need a lot more rubber than what we have. Let us... Alright, the extractor's working just fine. How many plates do we have here? 27, 28. There is, yeah, another stack. We just need 56 plus 28. Oh, lag. We might be... I don't think we're close enough. Let's grab some more rubber bars. Well, we can at least make the transformer upgrades. And yeah, I'm trying to think of what can we do. We're out of materials basically. Oh hey, we have a little bit more rubber in here. We can go ahead and get that cooking up. Eventually we're gonna have like automatic rubber farms and all that kind of fun stuff. But until then, we have to do a lot of this stuff manually, and that's just a pain. So let's see, we're gonna need 60 in total. So there's 38. We need 12 more? No, we need 22. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Leave all these wires in here. And we also need gold. We need a lot of rubber still. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this kind of divvied up. And we'll get the redstone. We need 20. Yeah, I think it's 20 redstone plus the iron plates, which is not bad. So let's go ahead and eat our soup, and we will... Alright, so we're starting to do other things now. We need 10 iron plates. And that was messing up just because of it, I don't even know. So let's see. 2, 3. Ah, we're so close. So we're gonna need to get some more copper. But we can go ahead and make a bunch of these. And then overclocking them is just some gold. So let's go ahead and put this like this. Sorry if you hear any dogs outside. We need more copper. So I guess we're probably gonna have to stop here for the time being, just because, yeah, wow, those dogs are not happy out there. Yeah, there's not really a good way to get any more copper easily. The only thing I have to wait on is this, which we have 2 more, but that's not enough. So yeah, what to do about that? I guess let's grab some of the gold plates and go ahead and upgrade all that we can here. We can also go ahead and do some of the other stuff, but I don't want to take over those workbenches because it just would not be good for me. So yeah, we need a lot of these overclocked heat vents. Basically, I was looking up today how all of this works, and different components do different things. The heat vents, I honestly don't remember what all. Some of them will like use up heat, and it's every tick. It's really complicated stuff. But these go here, and there's 2 here, and then there's 1 more here. So I just need to fill this all in. That's something I think I'm going to work off camera to do. Because, well, I really can't do much else right now. We need more copper. So let's put a lot of this stuff away. Yeah, and unfortunately I also need more rubber, so that's also not a good thing. But let us take a look at some other stuff while we wait to get more copper, and just to kind of finish this episode off. So bees. Bees are something we're going to want to do some stuff with. And we have a decent number of drones. So let's get some machines, let's get some stuff going that's going to help us out. First of all, I need to come back here and grab this chest, and we're going to use it for the bees. We're going to take the bees over here to our little area over here. And yeah, we have 2 ignoble forests. These guys are eventually going to die out. I have a meadows, so let's take a meadows and a forest, and we're going to start breeding them. So this will be my normal chest. I want to keep some other stuff in here, but we're going to crossbreed these guys. And hopefully, if we're lucky, we're going to get a common drone. I believe that's the only thing that you can get from Meadows and... let's see... Meadows and Forest at 50% will give you a common. And then a common and one of the basic ones will give you a cultivated. So we're going to want... I don't remember. Do I have that machine? I have... looks like I do. Yes, we have a carpenter. We're going to need to make an item to help us out with all these bees. So we need a beealizer. Beealizers should not be too difficult. No, just some glass panes, some tin, a diamond, and some redstone. Nothing too bad. I should have some glass panes. Yeah, 1, 2. We have some gold wire. We're going to need that later. Let's see, redstone and then the tin and diamond. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. And we can go ahead and make... so we also have the squeezer. That is not what I want. I want a centrifuge as well. So we're going to have to make that here in a moment. Nothing too difficult. So something like this. And this takes how many buckets of water? 2. And I need to go grab my bucket. I didn't realize I'd placed my bucket somewhere. Probably, is it in here? It is. Cool. So let's grab a bucket full of water. Also, by the way, these guys are really close to being done. 73%. They will probably be done while I'm prepping for the next episode. I don't know. We'll see. But let's make the beealizer. This will take a second to craft. Not too bad, though. How is this doing on power? It's full. So we have plenty of power right now. This guy is finished. So we have gears, we have item casings, we have so many plates. But we should have the beealizer by... come on, there we go. There's the beealizer. Now this is going to let us look at bees, but in order to power it, we need honey. So we need to get a centrifuge. Centrifuge. So that's copper, of course. A sturdy casing, which is bronze, and some glass. Now we might have a sturdy casing, or is that a impregnated casing? We have impregnated casings. Alright, it's night. Those guys aren't going to work, so let's go ahead and sleep. And we'll go ahead and see if we can't make the centrifuge. If not, there's one last thing I'm going to start working towards. And let's see, what do we have? We have 2 copper. We can't make it because we need 6 copper. We could make the bronze, the casing. Let's see, we need a couple blocks. Let's see, we need 8 and 4. We need 12, and then it's 4. Yes. So this is pretty easy. Let's go ahead and make the bronze, the casing. We just have to come over here, switch out these plates, and this in here. Once it has all 4, it will stamp it, and we'll have our plates. So yeah, we still need the copper. That's the only thing left to make the centrifuge. And then glass. That's easy enough. I put too much away, didn't I? So there's our 3 gears. We need to go grab 2 more bronze because I accidentally put a little bit too much away. And this smeltery, honestly, is not getting used anymore. Kind of for a reason. I don't really want to use it. It's slow, inefficient. Dang it. I hate when I do that. So there's a sturdy casing. We'll use that later. But right now, we can't really use the beealizer. So we're breeding the bees blind. That is a tongue twister. Let's get more forest bees. And we can always do a lot more once we start getting into other stuff. So next thing I want to look at real quick is the QED. This is going to let us combine all of our culinary generators into one, and it's going to be a much better power source, but it's pretty expensive. We need this interfused obsidian. We can make that. So we need one. Bunch of capacitors. Energetic alloy. So we are going to need an alloy smelter. That is going to be the key sticking point. How bad is this to make? Electric furnace, induction furnace. We need more copper. So that's not going to happen today. Alright, so once we can get all that kind of stuff, then we'll start looking into kind of progressing with Ender IO a little bit and getting more machines and all that kind of fun stuff set up. But looks like for now, this is kind of where we have to stop. That's okay. I need to get a lot more copper. I don't know. Does copper ore... I know there is broken copper ore. We can't get that. How common is this? It's a 10% drop, so that's pretty common. I want to see all the sifting recipes. I didn't want to see those sifting recipes. I want to see the normal sieve. So we could always get the copper ore berry bush, which will give you copper nuggets. It's the which one is it? Oh no, it's the copper. It gives you copper, but it's only nuggets. Yeah, it gives you this, the copper ore berry, which it needs 9 to get anything, and they're a pain to grow. So no, thank you. We want to get into witchery stuff. We're gonna have to sift a lot of grass. That's fine. Yeah, it doesn't look like netherrack is good for what we want. Alright, so we're just gonna have to keep sifting gravel. Otherwise, what we could start looking into is if we can get copper ore. We can use it for growing copper seeds, and I have to remember what they're called. They're like oh, what are they called? Let's just look up seeds. They're infused seeds. No, they're this one, Cuprosia seeds, which we're actually really close to, but we need a copper ore before we can do that. And let's see, is there a good way to get copper ore at all? I believe you can get, so industrial craft, nope. Project Red, no. Thermal expansion, yes. With copper ore dust and a piece of stone, you can get the copper ore. So that might be something we want to look into relatively soon. Definitely expanding all of our plants and all that kind of stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is off camera, I am going to collect copper for a while. And if we have 6 copper right now, I'm going to make the centrifuge. We have 2 still. How are we doing for power down here? I think that's a good question to ask. Like these guys, they're sifting pretty quickly, except for this. I don't know why this top one's not getting much. But definitely need to get more power. I could always make a flux capacitor and put it in there. Crushed copper, please go in here. So we can get more copper. And Yeah, that's a sticking point for me. I wish I had a better machine to do stuff with this, because this just isn't enough. But we'll get some more copper here in a moment, I'm sure. Yeah, there's some dust right there. And yeah, we're gonna get a little bit more copper, so we might have enough for the centrifuge. I want to go ahead and get that so I can get some honey, and we can look at getting just kind of checking the bees before we go. The first order of business with the bees is to get one, we want to get a couple different things, but we want to get common bees. And I'm going to breed a bunch of common bees, and then I'll probably prepare some more hives for the next episode, and we'll bust some more hives. So before we do that, though, where... Alright, I need, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I believe I need a slab, but I want to make sure. I want to make an apiarist chest. Apiarist chest. It's a piece of glass. Okay, that's easy enough. So it's just a chest, 5 combs, and a piece of glass. And the reason why I want to make this is it's super useful for bees. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start collecting bees that are good. And we'll put the good bees in here. Pretty much things like this guy, the Meadows Princess. We're going to put a Meadows, and we're going to put a drone. And we're going to keep them there just for safekeeping. And I'm going to get a bunch more hives ready. For the most part, it's just seed oil. But since we have the avocado tree, seed oil isn't that much of an issue. So let's go ahead and make the centrifuge, and I can show you guys how this works, and I will have some more stuff to do off camera. So, working with bees. Bees are kind of boring. Not something I want to do too much on camera, but it is something that we are going to need to do. So, might as well, you know? But anyways, I need to find a place where we can plug this guy in. I guess we could just flip this to output and put him right here. Cool, so we centrifuge these honeycombs, and if we're lucky, it's not a guaranteed, I don't believe. Where is the normal comb? Orange, that's not, but it's close, it looks close. All of the honeycombs look very, very similar. Was that it? Yeah, honeycomb, so it's a 90% chance of honey. Missing resources. Oh, so we have some honey, we have some beeswax. Beeswax is useful for making torches and wax casts. These wax capsules are also really nice to get. You can bottle up a bunch of different liquids in them. It's good for storing things, to be perfectly honest, and they're used after. They're one-time use. So let's throw the honey in here, and the honey, lore-wise in the game, it calms the bees down. So we have at least one common. Let's take a look. We have a forest meadows, forest common, forest meadows, and we don't have any more honey. So we need to get more honey. Let's go ahead and put forest princess and forest meadows in there. So I don't know if this is good or not. This is not. So we're going to put him there. And these guys I'll keep down here because they might be good. And I'm going to keep this guy on me. So let's actually keep this. Actually, we should have another. Yeah, this guy is also working. So I just need to get more honeycombs. Eventually we'll get a lot more honey. And I will automate that kind of stuff later. But for now, it's good enough. But anyway, so I need to get a bunch of copper. So I'm going to kind of babysit my sifting and kind of keep an eye on all that. And work with the bees, kind of figure out where I want to go with agricraft. And next time we will finish up the nuclear reactor, hopefully, if we have enough supplies, and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!